This is Paul Thomas, Senior Editor of Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Magazine and PharmaManufacturing.com. This is Interfex 2009, and I'm speaking today with Kirk Barnes, who is Senior Account Executive with NanoGuardian. Kirk, thanks for being with us today.
Very nice to be here with you, Paul.
And some people will be familiar with the technology behind what NanoGuardian does, but why don't you give us a rundown really quickly?
Sure, absolutely. So nano-encryption is actually a technology that's used by pharmaceutical manufacturers to help secure their pharmaceutical products in the global supply chain. So unlike some of the features that most people are probably familiar with being unpackaged, our nano-encryption technology is actually on the dose. So it's directly applied to the tablet, capsule, or vial cap. And the way it works is we have multiple layers of security features that are semi-overt, covert, and also forensic level. So the semi-overt and covert can easily be authenticated in the field with basic equipment like a jeweler's loupe or a handheld 20x microscope. And the forensic level information are nanocodes. That's customizable information per manufacturer that can include an unlimited amount of information like batch information, manufacturing date, location, country of intended distribution, and those reside within our nanocodes. And those nanocodes are small, very tiny. In fact, 350 of our nanocodes can fit in the width of a human hair. And to actually read those nanocodes, that requires proprietary equipment and also proprietary software, both of which NanoGuardian owns at our product integrity centers in Skokie, Illinois.
And I know you can't talk too much about the technology.
That's correct.
But I do know that there's no impact to the product itself, correct?
You're exactly correct. So we don't add any nanoparticles, we don't add any substance, any foreign material. And so what we actually do is work to reshape the surface of the medication, and we do so in a manner that leaves behind our security features. And we're able to do that in a single technology that allows both authentication and tracing information to help combat counterfeiting and illegal diversion.
And I know that one of your clients, who can't be named, but one of your clients got the approval from FDA to use nano-encryption technology in a supplemental NDA?
That's correct. In May of 2008, our top client, which is a top 10 pharmaceutical manufacturer, received the FDA approval of their supplemental NDA to have nano-encryption applied to one of their blockbuster products. So we feel that that's a tremendous step forward in our commercial application of this technology to have it really vetted and approved by the FDA.
And nano-encryption obviously is a track and trace technology, but it can also be used to authenticate the product?
Absolutely, absolutely. So for some manufacturers that have an issue with counterfeiting, authentication is their main issue, the main thing they want to do to be able to, anywhere in the supply chain, be able to say, is this medication mine or not? Counterfeiters have gotten very savvy at being able to make pills look and even feel just like the real thing. So with a semi-overt and covert feature that we have on our nano-encryption, you can tell that very quickly that, yes, this is our product, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is a product that came from our manufacturing facility.
An event like Interfex is always a chance to share something new. What's new with NanoGuardian? You've been on the market for a couple of years now, but what kind of new offerings do you have?
Absolutely. So with manufacturers that have signed up and actually will have our nano-encryption applied to their products, we also have a proactive market monitoring service called closed loop protection. And that is one of the newest offerings that we have. And what it is, it acts like a Doppler radar for counterfeiting and diversion activity that takes place in the global supply chain. So the premise behind it is using a statistical model that's a function of your counterfeit or intrusion rate, which can be counterfeit and or diversion, and then also your confidence level. And those two together will tell you how many random samples, I guess you could say, in the supply chain do we need to take to find counterfeiting activity. Then once we actually go out, we partner with a security firm to ensure that that product gets back to the product integrity center to be authenticated and to decrypt the forensic level information and dynamically give that information back to the pharmaceutical manufacturer. So it acts like a Doppler radar system to let people know, hey, this is a good pulsing of what's happening in the global supply chain every month or every quarter, and we get those results back and people are able to see what's going on in real time.
Okay, so there would be some areas of the world that they would be more concerned about than others.
Absolutely. It can be a very broad in its application, or if there's a specific geographical area where they feel there's some challenges going on, we can actually customize a program specifically for that area.
Wow. You're obviously probably developing some new things as well. What can we expect in the next year? What might you be showing at next year's Interfex?
Absolutely. Well, next year we hopefully will be able to talk about some of our success stories. We plan on having at least 3 nano-encrypted products in the marketplace by the end of this year, and one of those products will also have closed-loop protection being a part of its solution as well. So I think we'll be able to talk a little bit more about our success stories and how it's been implemented and some of the results of closed-loop protection, and the fact that we're also having this nano-encryption successfully applied to tablets, capsules, and even vial caps for the biologic agents as well.
I wish you could tell us more right now, but I know that you can't.
That's correct.
Yeah. Kirk, thanks so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you,
Really
Paul.
appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.